Hello YouTube, this is Avery JV back to you with a quick video on the AutoT NECA collection. This video is going to go ahead and I'm going to be very brief about this. There's a lot of people making fun of the NECA AutoT collection, and I think it's honestly just stupid. They are action figures. It is a thing from Walmart. It is a plastic toy. Yes, they're aimed towards mostly adults, but they're still toys. And I think it's just stupid that we still have people making fun of new ways to sell things. It doesn't really matter. You either want it or you don't. Get on with your life. You know? I love this figure. I went through the extra steps to get it. And you know what? I feel great knowing I worked for it, got it, and it was exactly what I wanted and then some. I didn't think it was going to be the best figure, but getting it in hand, I'm sure as hell pleased. I still think it's a great piece. I'm not going to keep it for too long because I don't plan on keeping action figures around for very long. But if they do make turtles in this design and they make them through AutoT, I will absolutely buy them. Do you know how easy it was for me to get this figure? It took me the first try. Went to one Walmart, immediately found like 10 different copies of it, just sitting on the shelf. Not the physical figure, of course. What I refer to is this happy little devil. This thing was sitting on the shelf. It was a picture of the figure. I was like, that looks weird. Realized it had a barcode. Realized I could pay for it at the front, so I went, I paid for it. I have the receipt right next to me. I'm not going to show it because it has the last digits of my debit card on it. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It has an activation code, big bold numbers, and tells you where to get it redeemed at. It was a very simple process. Making an account online is really, really easy to do. It got here in 9 days after the day of purchase. It is currently the 13th of November. I purchased it on the 4th of November. It took less than 2 weeks to get it in hand after purchasing it, and it required no effort. And again, you have a lot of Walmarts that are having issues with thieves. You're having people that hold the stock in the back because they want to keep it for themselves. You have people who tear up the boxes either out of spite or carelessness. You have people who will rip open the box, take it out at home, put an old figure in, and take it back to the store. Walmart's not going to think about if it's the real thing or not. And all these issues have plagued us to the point of now they're locking the figures up with the electronics. We've gotten to a really sad point in action figure collecting that I'm trying to move away and move more towards statues and life-size busts or replicas for movies or paintings. But in the meantime, I still have a special place in my heart for these types of figures, and I am a sucker for cel shading. So what I'm showing you here is my copy of the Shredder figure. He's fully articulated, has mostly reused parts from the Pinball Shredder figure, minus the brand new accessories, newly developed hands, which are slight modifications of the Pinball Shredder, and the head is different. The upper torso is definitely different. It's less stiff feeling for some reason. He has a ratcheted neck joint at the base of his neck and the top of his neck. It's like a double jointed neck. It's just the craziest thing. The bow and arrow, very nice. The extra hands, pretty good. The sickle, love it. The paint is astonishing and in every crevice. No, I did not get the autographed copy, by the way, just so you know. Now, that might also be a thing that created this AutoT line, is because people were probably getting into some mischief by stealing the autographs out of the boxes that actually had autographs. I was fortunate enough to find Fugitoid at a Target with an autograph. Luckily I found it. However, the box he was in wasn't even the correct box. It was really strange. I still have it in box. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. But back to this. Sorry to get off subject here. I'll go ahead and show you a few close-ups and then we'll wrap up this video because I'm not going to go over articulation. Again, if you've seen anybody review it, it's the same figure I'm showing you here. But here is a good close look up at the arrow. There's a little notch right here. That little notch is actually supposed to hold on to the string on the bow and arrow, which makes me think you can fire it off. At the bottom here we have our hands. The figure himself, God, this sickle is like my favorite weapon he's holding right now. Has that nice silver paint on the end. I love the black accents on the blade. This is a really cool piece too. I like that they made it look like it might be made of wood or that it might be stressing at the ends. The cell shading is just really good. On the back he is especially dark in color versus the front, which is probably more exposed to lighting. You can see his eyes in there. Very classic looking head sculpt. Definitely not the shredder a lot of people are used to. A lot of people are used to him having more of a human, cartoony looking face, a little bit more of a ninja look. Whereas this one, he looks ninja-like, but his eyes are just white ovals that you can barely see. He just looks a lot more menacing and a lot more like a mysterious, deadly character. Now, I do appreciate this line so far. It was a very simple transaction for me, at least. If anybody has issues with it, I'm sorry that you're having issues. I do not believe that this was NECA's fault entirely. I think that making fun of them because they made a collector's line where you had to order the item. Now, the NFT thing I do think is a little odd. I don't understand the concept of doing that. However, most people are just going to order the figure anyways. Now, if they were going to tell you that you had to pay $40 for the NFT, but then you had to go online and pay an extra fee to unlock a physical copy and then pay shipping, yes, I'd have a serious problem with that. But that's not what they're doing. You're paying for the figure, and they ship it for free to your home after you're done activating it and revealing the code. This is kind of their way of combating people who like to steal stuff. Hasbro has made their situation 10 times worse, whereas NECA is making it a little bit better. It may not be fun, but I mean, things aren't necessarily fun when you have too many people you can't trust. But anyways, my rant is over. Again, I would recommend you purchasing one of these. It is a very fun figure to have, and it feels nice afterwards, the reward of finally getting the figure in hand. It's just very satisfying to me, and I really don't see a reason anybody would want to skip on this shredder, because this guy looks super cool. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and collect what you love.